What's going on, everybody? Trifles in here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Ranch. Today we are going to be finding the best 10-year-old bourbon blind. I haven't done one of these blinds in a while and I want to drink some bourbon. Guess what? We have 6 different 10-year-old bourbons. Gonna be throwing them in a blind, seeing which one I like the best, which one isn't the best, and everything in between. We've done a 10-year-old bourbon blind in the past. Some of these same bottles are showing up again, but we got several new ones, so let's get into it. Good old Henry McKenna 10 years making a return as well. Russell's 10-year tried and true classic, one of my favorites. Big old boy of Eagle Rare, a couple new bottles showing up. Interested to see how they do. Rebel 10-year single barrel. Super curious about that one. 10 cup 10-year with a fancy little 10 marketing, and Jack Daniel's 10-year. I'm really just putting this guy in there because this one's so much harder to get than all of the other ones. The price gets jacked way up. It's the same exact age. Is it better? Will it stand out in this blind? There's a lot of bourbon to drink, so let's get right into it. Future Trev will put what I'm drinking as I'm drinking it, so you can follow along. I'm just gonna go through this, smell them, taste them, compare them to each other, and grade them. So glass A. Definitely getting some of the oak, getting a little fruitiness, a little cherry, cinnamon spice, just really inviting. Oh yeah, I think that's the perfect balance of oak, cherry, fruitiness, your typical vanilla creaminess, a little nuttiness going on. It's kind of got a lot going on. Not overly hot. I don't think really anything out here today is over 100 proof actually, but it drinks just in this nice, crushable daily sipping range. So far, so good. Let's move straight on to B. I do so bad at just making these videos go on and on and on, and then I get drunk, and then it just keeps going. We just want to know what's the best. The oak comes across on this one way different. Like, it's definitely there, but there's such this butterscotch layer on top of it. It threw me off at first. I'm thoroughly enjoying that. It's so different. It was definitely different than A. There's the issue. That drank like water. Like those same notes that I was smelling, that butterscotch vanilla with a hint of the oakiness is on the palate, but it's like you watered down too far. It's like the nose watered down, and I just don't like that. You would want the palate to be at the level of the nose. Yeah, that one could use 10 proof points minimum increase. Still good. Let's go on to glass C. Okay, getting back into the land of Fruit Bomb. That is kind of like a cherry cola thing going on. It's like cherry pie crust. The oak is it's different in this one in the sense of, it's gonna sound dumb to say, it's not woody. The oak in this one definitely, I think, just mellows things out versus showing up and being like, hey, I'm a piece of wood in your glass. Nice and cinnamon spicy on the front, still super fruity. Like, that is a fruit bomb. So at the end of this, you gotta remember some of the notes I say. That's a fruit lover's glass, you fruitcake. All right, let's go on to glass for D. Okay, this one definitely is the first one out of these 4 that we've done so far that definitely tells me I am 10. Not just because there is a lot of oak on the nose, but just such complexity that comes with resting and mellowing and mingling with the barrel for 10 years. You could just tell. It has this aura of it, of just being, I'm good. Probably one of the hotter ones too. It's just coming off out of the glass a little more aggressively, and I'm kind of liking it. Little drying on the tongue, a little tannic, but it's not over the top. It's not aggressively tannic. Kind of banana nut, oaky. I mean, guys, I can tell you which one that is just off of the options we have on the table, and I'm not gonna let that sway my opinion of what it is. The one negative thing I will say about it is as you keep going back to it, the tannic note on your tongue, that bitterness on the sides of your tongue, it's like it just sits there, so the next time you sip it, it's more tannic, and it's more tannic. I could see that kind of getting old. Like, you pour one glass of this, and you're done. Like, thanks, I had it, let me go move on to another glass. It's not really something that I would want to just sit there and drink all night. Is that really a negative? Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we shouldn't just drink the whole bottle in one sitting. Let's move on to glass 5E before these start catching up to me. Oh no, I think they've caught up to me. All right, E's kind of reminding me, it's almost like a mix between glass A and glass D was to me. So it's like I'm getting this nuttiness, like a nutty characteristic, but then I'm still getting this elevated, desserty, like a caramel Cracker Jack thing going on. Even a little bit of red fruit, a cherry note. Not a lot of oak. I think the oak on this one's less of aged oak characteristic, and it's more of this graham cracker, this toasting. That's what it's picking up a little more. So first sip, I can tell you my top 3 right now are A, D, and E. I think between those 3, I feel like glass E is kind of a mingling of A and D. It's like you kind of took the good characteristics of both of those and then kind of got rid of the bad characteristics. Yeah, I'm really liking this one. Now, it doesn't seem as complex and bold as glass D did, but it is kind of lacking that tannic thing. It kind of makes for a more pleasant drinking experience. Like, I'm just gonna sit there and pour that, and I don't have to battle anything. Let's move on, and then I might have to go back through those 3 to see how I would rank them. They're all so different, yet all so good in their own ways. So, all right, moving on. Last glass, F for friggin' finally, cause Trev's tipsy. Kind of similar to the last one. You get a nutty thing, Cracker Jack thing, not a whole lot of oak, not a lot of wood, okay? You're getting age, yes, but you're not getting that bitter oak thing. But on the palate, definitely not in the same realm as glass E to me. There's just not as much going on the palate to me, to be honest. It's just kind of there. I'm still picking up corn. Like, I'm getting corny notes. And I don't know, I feel like if you sat in a barrel for 10 years, these corny characteristics shouldn't be as prevalent as it is in this glass. Not that it's bad, it's just that's not what I was looking for. I think my order so far, I think B is in last place. I don't know, F might be in last. I'm putting F last. You know why? Because it's not bad, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't doing it for me compared to these other ones, even with some of the flaws like B. I almost put B last. But I still enjoy the flavors going on in B more than F. They just have a serious problem of lowering things down too much. So F is gonna be last, then B. I think I can safely put C into the 3rd place position. It was so fruity, so cherry pie filling. I gotta be in the mood for that, and it was heavy. It was heavy on that, and just wasn't for me. These other 3 dudes, though, I don't know. Let's do something weird. Let's do like A and E, since they didn't side by side with each other, and then we'll figure out what D is doing. Like, does D then go into the A? And then I think A is gonna go into 4th. And then now these guys gotta go back. We gotta find out, and in a hurry, because I'm feeling it, baby. I encourage all of you to do stuff like this. It's kind of fun. On the nose, D wins, hands down. It's so much more vibrant. It's jumping out of the glass. It's just so much more alive. It's so much more inviting. But once they get you in their house, how nice are they? Man, I keep drinking D, and like the more I drink it, the more I'm kind of disappointed, like from the nose to the palate difference that goes on. It almost makes me want to put A in front of it. You know what? It's my list. I'm doing that. A's going first. D is third. D's third. I think this one's my winner. I think E, I gotta count. E is my winner. All right, you guys already know what these are. Time to find out. Last place was F. F. It's a big reveal. I already revealed it. Rebel 10. It makes sense to me. Here's my issue with Rebel, is that a lot of their products, a lot of Lux Row, a lot of all of those stuff, I like them. I like this bottle. It's just they kind of taste the same to me. It's like they're super corny no matter what. And the word on the street is that these 10-year single barrels aren't always 10. Somewhere, so this said barrel filled 2009. I bought this bottle last year. That is not 10 years old. That suggests it's over 10. And the word on the street is that yes, these single barrels can be much older than the 10-year age statement. It doesn't drink that way. It doesn't drink like 12, 13, 14 years old. It drinks like a 10-year-old Rebel. This is the part of the video where we start talking about and deep diving into this stuff more. The price, they went up, I'm pretty sure. It's not always available. $70 last I checked. I think I saw something somewhere suggest that this has went up much further, like $100. If you see this for $100, I wouldn't do it. I would not do that. Personally, remember, subjective list. Leave a comment below what you think. Fifth place went to B, glass 2. Am I confusing you yet? Glass 2, tin cup. With the cup. I like the cup. I like the cup a lot. Tin cup, surprising. They come out with the 10-year, and now they have a 14-year out, and surprisingly good with a huge butt. 42% alcohol. You can't do that. You cannot get a 10-year-old sourced MGP, and then you're gonna put it at 42. No, 90 minimum. 90 minimum. You want this to really shine? They should have put it out at 95, 100. Out of this world good. It's good at 94, and it was a letdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine how good this could have been. That's my issue with it. Still surprising. $60? That's a tough one. If it was 95, I would put, yeah, 60 bucks, I would do it. All day, I would go get another one. When this is out, am I gonna get another one? Probably not. It's just like I've been there, done that. There's better out there. All right, fourth place went to glass C. Glass C was, I already know what it was, I'm reaching. Eagle Rare 10. Yeah, big boy Eagle. Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace in general, they genuinely just don't do good for me in blinds. They don't do good for me at all. I just think it's a flavor profile that's a bit too fruity, and I picked up on it. Granted, I say that and it still beat out these other guys. What it does is really good, and I think people can have this as their favorite. I'm drunk and I'm tangenting. I can do that. Eagle Rare though, solid. It's a solid bottle. I really like it, but for the price, let's talk price. These used to be like 30 bucks. I think they're now up to 50 bucks. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't get them here, so suck it. 30 bucks, that was a steal. 30 bucks was a steal. I would buy it even if I rated it fourth place. 50 bucks, now you're in the realm of probably where it should have been all along, maybe. Is it worth it to me? I don't really want to pay 50 bucks for that. You might. So take all of this with a grain of salt. Enough about Buffalo Trace, I'm sick of it. Third place, going to third place. This is where all the drama occurred between my top three. Third place was gonna be another place, but now Glass D became third. Glass D, Jack Daniel's 10-year. I knew this was Jack Daniel's the moment I tasted it. My issue was when I first tasted it, I loved it. The more I went back to it, the more I didn't want to drink it. It genuinely, like, I wouldn't say it tastes bad, but it definitely changes. And I don't know. I don't think this is worth the hype. And there you go. We're just jumping to conclusions here. Not worth the hype. Not worth the markup. I don't even know what these retail for. 70 bucks, 80 bucks. Cool. For that, I would do it just because it's a Jack Daniel's 10-year and you can't get them. If you pay $100 plus, $200 plus, $300 plus for this. So, future Trev here. I was editing this video that we're watching right now and realized that my camera shut off right there. Dunzo. So, I'm having to go ahead and film these last 2 bottles here while I'm editing this. So, hey, I was drunk. Give me a break. So we finished up Jack Daniel's. Let's move on. Second place, whatever glass that was, is Russell's Reserve 10-year. This is the one that took over Jack 10. And I think Jack 10, again, at first, when I was drinking it, it's definitely was like, oh yeah, this is really good. And then the more I drank it, the less I wanted to drink it. Whereas the Russell's 10, I keep wanting to drink it. I think this one, as far as pretty much everything on this list goes, is probably the best value one. As in, what you're paying for, what you're getting, it's just clear across the board great. Budget-wise, taste-wise, everything. Yeah, it's a little lower proof, but it's so great for a daily sipper. There we go, second place. It overtook the Jack, which leaves my first place, which was kind of shocking to me, is the Henry McKenna 10. Kind of a love-hate between me and this bottle. It's kind of like some of these bottles I've owned weren't my favorite things ever, and then this one clearly was really good. Also, the other big issue about this bottle is not how good it tastes. It's a great bottle, but these used to be like $25. That was a total steal. They then marked the price up to 40 bucks and everyone was bummed out, but that's probably totally fair. Like, that's where it should have been all along. And then they bumped it up to 60, 70, 80. I don't even know where it's at this point, but it's just too much. They pushed it too far. So yeah, that kind of bums me out because I do really like it. I just don't want to spend that kind of money on this bottle. Maybe I'm just spoiled a little bit on what the price used to be, but still kind of bums me out because it's really good. Wow, okay, that's crazy how much faster things go when I'm not totally schlammered, but we got through it. Leave a comment down below what you think of my list, how you would rank these. Leave a like on it for Drunk Trev. We made it. We got here. Let's go finish this video. I'll see you guys in the next video.